Yeah, dude, you are a Gemini. I'm a Gemini as well.
When's your birthday?
May 23rd. I believe yours is the 20th? 21st?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you. I got it. Yeah. Thank God it's not monetized. Because we would be booted. So you're a Gemini, but for the listeners.
Yeah. That's why I did a costume change.
Yeah. We did a costume change.
We said, it'd be fun
if we
change our
if we changed and grew facial hair differently.
That's true.
That is true. Mine is,
and we might switch back. We might
go back and forth.
There's so many options.
We are a very rare, and Geminis have multiple personalities. So we have multiple personalities, multiple outfits.
Oh.
We look very. I like your face jewelry. It is very pretty. It's very nice.
This one is chrome diopside.
Yeah.
Chrome diopside. I realized I covered my
your face when you said that.
That jewelry is
chrome. So Nick, let's get a kind of quick introduction. But first, we need to let these MFers know that they have 4 seconds. I usually do this. 4 seconds to hit the subscribe button. So would you do a countdown for 4 seconds for me?
Yep. Ready?
I'm ready. Was that 4?
I don't know.
You better have subscribed in that time. So
I give you more than enough.
more than enough time to hit the subscribe button. So, dude,
those straws don't work.
They don't. The recycled ones. Yeah, it was a good intention, but there was one
heart's in the right place.
Yep, there was one sea turtle with one of those things in the nose, and it was like, you know what? We probably should do more about the nets and the bags, not so much the straws. The straws.
Well,
weren't
I
as
do
much
the
as
I just didn't have it today, but I do a metal one.
Oh yeah, the aluminum ones
Clean
are nice. So much better.
Nice.
Yeah.
This dismantles.
Those ones, yeah, they just turn to floppiness in your mouth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. So Nicholas.
Yes.
Nicholas Adams, my old friend. We've known each other for many years.
20 years.
20 years. I've found out many of new things, new experiences that I did not know. Insert the next clip about us smoking crack together here. And
something that I really wanted to tell you, and when I heard you say that you wanted me on this podcast, I turned to my partner and I was like, when I was a young man, Ben made me laugh harder than anybody has ever made me laugh in my entire life, and that's the God's honest truth. And I think about that all the time. Because you really were the funniest person I'd ever met in my entire life.
Thanks, man.
And something I always think about is when we were sitting on the sign to the industrial park, and we were smoking cigarettes.
I think you're being kind with cigarettes, but yeah, go on.
No, we had already smoked.
The devil's lettuce.
Sheesh. When we were sitting there smoking cigarettes, and every car that drove by, do you remember what you screamed at them?
Mm-hmm. I remember 2 things.
Was it Isaiah?
I was hoping you'd bring this up.
I still think about that and how funny I thought it was, and then that one of them was my mom's boyfriend.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When I first met you, that was around that time. You're the first person I ever got high with. The first person I ever got high with, and I was super young. And I remember I was only like 14 maybe, 13, 14. I was really young. And I was just happy to hang out with you guys. Like, I was really stoked.
Well, it was because
just to be around.
Your cousin.
Yeah, my cousin.
Yeah. So, and which I don't know if you remember this instance, but you remember how there was like, if you went up my road, not all the way to the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
About halfway up on the right-hand side, there was a path that went into the woods.
Yep.
And now, if I remember correctly, we were smoking, and I took a hit, and I said, that tastes like burnt rubber.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I can't believe the one and only time I've ever smoked crack
was
with you.
Was with you. I just remember like I was like, oh, we're doing this, like, and I'm just gonna go along with it because that's what happens. And the dare officer, obviously, it didn't work. So I got to tell you, the past maybe 2 years, I've seen your Instagram, and what attracted me to your Instagram was how beautiful the piercings and the jewelry and everything that was in it. It was just so pleasant to see. And then I started noticing once you kind of get in that algorithm that I was getting shares of your artwork, or it would be like a nose piercing or an ear or the top. I'm not really sure what the top's called. What's the top? Helix. Yeah, I would have guessed that if 1,000 more guesses. But, seeing something so beautiful, like that's what attracted me to, like, that you're passionate about it. So kind of give everybody...
I'm the most passionate Subway sandwich artist you're ever going to meet.
Are you?
Well, because the way I think about it is like, I don't grow the tomatoes. I just know how to place them on the bread correctly.
That's true. That's a good point.
And, the real rock stars and the real heroes are the jewelers.
The people who make them.
Incredibly talented. And they're the ones that are investing the money in, when you buy a parcel of stones, it's not cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to buy a parcel of stones and be like, okay, I'm going to run the risk of exploding these or what, whatever, depending on what you're doing. Really, I'm just the guy that
that places them in the right spot.
Correct. Yeah. Because, the purpose of jewelry is to accentuate existing anatomy. So, you obviously don't want to tell your client, like, no, that's a stupid idea, or like, no, don't buy that piece of jewelry. It's going to look ugly on you. Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes you can get away with saying stuff like that, but.
So we also should probably go through that. Like, you have a shop in Connecticut.
Yep.
You have a spot. So we should probably go through
Hamden.
Yeah. Hamden, Connecticut.
The Pig Den.
Yes. Is that true?
No, it's just a place we sell pork.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hamden.
And why Hamden?
So I opened inside my friend's shop. So basically what happened was my friend got in touch with me, and he was basically just like, hey, I want like a really good piercing department, and I'm moving from Waterbury to Hamden, because he lives right down the road from the shop, and, he has a wife and kids, and they're all in school and stuff. So he's, he's got deep roots in that town.
Makes sense.
And, I feel like I don't have deep roots anywhere. I can just like get up and go wherever,
Well, that's what, we'll definitely get into that there was like this wonderful wanderer period that you went through in your life. And that's actually another thing that attracted to me to looking at some of the stuff on your Instagram, or looking at some of the things, is that you'd see these pictures of these places, and you have that you have an eye of an artist. So you have that. You might just place things, you might say that, but you also have this eye for it. And I think that, like, seeing these pictures and seeing these photos of you in different places, for a person that's kind of just like, I've been hanging out in Connecticut for a minute now. I've had my business in Farmington for, I've been here for 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, I feel like I haven't.
That's huge.
Yeah. I'm really trying to do it, but it's like, sometimes you feel kind of like, hey, look at this guy over here. So opening, a piercing, shop, and being able to have the jewelry and have the experience and have everything, and then bring it to Hamden, bring it to Connecticut, where you're originally from, correct?
Yeah. So I grew up in Connecticut, but never, never on the shore, never like Hamden way or New Haven way. But I would go there, you know what I mean? Because like to see bands play or whatever, or even just to go run around and go to like bar for pizza at night, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so, my buddy Wes, he was like, we're going to move Burning Hearts from Waterbury to Hamden. I want you to, bring the piercing department to where it needs to be. And I was like, yeah, sick. So, we'll just do it like I'm going to form an LLC. I'm going to open my own business inside of your business.
That's so huge, dude.
And, it's been great. It's been really, really good. And, there's like 9 colleges around me, and it's cool to serve that community.
Because you're going to get, people that want that, like, piercings and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, college is really a time where you're discovering who you are as a person. And sometimes, doing something, and like, obviously, like, we can do it aesthetically beautiful for sure. But sometimes it's more just about being like, I'm going to do this thing because this is the first real decision I'm able to make on my own.
Yes. It's like
and I'm going to do it to reclaim who I am.
Rites of passage.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly,
rites of passage.
You know? So it's cool to be a part of that, you know what I mean? And, you know, I pierce little kids' earlobes and stuff too. So it's cool just to help people, you know, transition into who they really want to be, or, you know, even if they get pierced today and they take it out in a year, it was part of that journey. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was, it's like, so it's a good, easy take back, isn't it? It's like, hey, okay, well, you could just take it out and there's, you know, hardly any, you know, indication that it was there.
But, you know, I mean, there are people that want that permanence.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you have it with tattoos.
Yeah,
obviously.
but I mean, even with my piercings, you know, my piercings are all large because I never want the holes to close.
Gauged.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, gauged, right?
Yeah, stretched.
Stretched.
Yeah, gauge is just like a unit of measurement. But I'm not going to be a pretentious dickhead about it because so many people are.
They're like, well, and I'm like, yeah, because I know.
Well, so at this shop, I don't sell plugs. I don't sell large jewelry.
You sell
just because there's not a market for it there.
Yeah.
But at the last shop I worked at, we had a whole room that was all jewelry for stretched ears.
So there's there's spots that like do way more.
Of course, yeah.
Got it.
And kids would come in and they'd be like, "Do you have gauges?" I'd be like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Yeah.
I know that's not what they're called.
Yeah.
But who gives a shit?
Yeah, you're not gonna be that. Well, actually, it's
the
like,
thing is we fought that battle and we lost.
And we're gonna lose, yeah, because kids are like, well, I'm still gonna call them gauges.
Well, the thing is you have to, and I really hope I'm using this phrase correctly because it's such a good one. But you know what I mean? Like, you just have to go with the parlance of the times. You know what I mean? Like, what they say it means is what it means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, everybody says like, fuck 12, right?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a narcotics informant, but now it's just all cops. You know what I mean?
Okay. So that's how, I don't even know what that means.
That's what it evolved to. So like, it's just whatever the world thinks it means is what it means.
Is what it means, yeah. Or whatever it's absorbed into society and what they believe it means.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I could get down with that. I could see how it's an evolution of like a phrase or something, and it kind of takes on.
But that's the beauty of language.
I like
you
it.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I like it because I have no idea what is it, cap, like no cap. The kids are always saying, I have
no cap, baby.
I have like, this is me, like, yeah, friend. I have no idea. I'll be like, that's dope, and they're like, what? Like, and you're like,
he's an undercover. He's an undercover.
He knows he's a cop. Yeah. But I have like no recollection of like what I'm in a gym all the time. You know, I just try my best to be funny, like the way that I am, or educate myself throughout. But like, as far as like culture, like like this new popular culture, I'm like screwed. That's why I have I have somebody, a producer who's going to be coming in, and she's going to be doing those types of things and keeping me fresh.
She's going to be all.
Yeah, she's going to.
Be all, that's ill.
Yeah, that is so sick.
Illmatic.
My friend, no cap. No, it's going to sound terrible. But I mean, like, just seeing you, like, and I was saying this the other day when we did not meet previously.
Correct.
We didn't meet previously.
Yeah.
I just was so excited, man. I just really was. When I got home, I was like, dude, I'm just so glad that
this was my favorite part, and it was the first thing when I got in the car and started driving. I called my partner, and I was like, I made him cry a little bit right at the beginning.
Dude, I was having a rough time.
I loved it.
I was having a real rough time. I was like,
because as a comedian, that's the highest compliment.
Yes.
That's not why I said it.
Yeah.
I said it because it's the truth.
Yeah. Okay. Don't do that again. So, yeah. I'm going to, Woo! Yeah.
You know, I got this hat when I was a little boy.
And you've kept it this whole time?
Oh, yeah. I have probably 40 hats.
That you kept?
From when I was a kid, including one of the little raccoon tail ones.
Is it
like
is it because you you shave your head? In your head, your head still fits in those hats, dude?
Yeah, how crazy is that?
That is a little, that's wild.
Like it's a...
you have like a nice...
snapback, you know?
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not bad.
But this is...
Yeah. What is it? Oh, okay. But yeah, dude, I mean, like, having that many hats, like, I'm not that sentimental guy anymore. My dad...
I'm not either. My mom just kept them.
Dude, my dad saved everything. He was like a pack rat. Yeah. And it scared me so much, it made me the opposite, where I'm like, throw it out.
Yeah.
Throw it out. We don't need it. And like...
I haven't opened this peanut butter in 4 hours.
Yeah, it's like, throw it out. Throw it out. We don't need it. We don't need it. I was... I had like a card in like my grandmother... Oh, sorry, Graham. She like wrote it. I'm like, okay, great. You know, she mails like checks still. I'm like, I like rip them up. I'm like, I'm not going to take money from I'm just like, put it back.
That's where you and I differ.
Oh,
I'm
you're
like, sucker.
Yeah, $11. Woohoo! Yeah, but she like, I just rip up the thing and then I'm like, I throw the card out. Where's the camera? My girlfriend's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm throwing the card out. She's like, that's a memory. Like, you can't throw that. Like,
also, cards are like $8 now.
Dude, that's another thing. Like, I got a 50th birthday card. Dude, that thing was $3.99. Like $3.99.
You purchased one for somebody else.
For somebody else for their 50th for $3.99. And maybe that seems cheap because you did just say what'd you say? $7.99?
Well,
the ones that sing and they got glitter on them and they pop out.
So I bought ones with glitter on them and they were like $7 or $8.
Yeah.
And I never used them.
Yeah.
I was like, these are sick. I'm going to give this to my grandma.
Nope.
Never even left my house.
You can always tell how much somebody loves you by how heavy the card is now. If it's a light card, you're like,
what kind of card stock is this?
You're like, what is this? This is crap. Unless it's like your grandchildren made it or something and then sent it. But yeah.
I'm grounding myself this whole time.
Yeah, let's.
Do you notice it just keeps?
I do.
I'm sorry.
I do.
The thing is,
but once again, like we were talking before,
vertigo.
I was excited that you were doing so well.
Thank you.
Like I need to be around that energy, and I really think that like although our lives are drastically different, I don't give a shit. Like I care that you like your life and you love your life the way that it is.
Yeah,
I think you do something purposeful, meaningful, and it shows through your art. Like I said, it is artwork. There's some beauty to it. And you posted one today. I believe it was a young person with a diamond studded
2.5 millimeter, baby. That's a big ass diamond.
Yeah, dude. It looks beautiful, and I was just like, wow.
And you know,
and I sent that to 2 other people.
Oh,
I was
you.
like,
That's
yo,
cool.
check this out.
That's
and
super cool.
And I sent to Kayla. She said the same thing. She's like, that's dope. But it's like seeing and being around that type of environment is important. And during all of that time, like we said just real briefly before, like when you were traveling, is that kind of the discovery period and moment to make that all more purposeful for you? Like, did you need that time away to become this and to be, now you're rooted, now you have a company.
I mean, like I can't remember if we had said it into the mic or privately, but you know, nothing served me better than being on a train in a country where I don't speak the fucking language, having my headphones in, looking out the window and just thinking.
Yeah.
And like, I've always been hypersocial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though
extremely friendly, social.
When you knew me as a kid, you know, even though I was wearing a 3XL shirt with the sleeves cut off and I had a mohawk.
Yes.
I was still trying to be friends with everybody and polite to everybody and respect everybody and be nice to everybody and just talk to people, because if you only see, you know, a narrow viewpoint, that's all you're ever going to see, and that's all you're ever going to be. And I don't want to be like that.
And only you, like if you're only seeing yourself, like if you only see yourself and other people, like your reflection is like, hey, you got a mohawk and cut off sleeves. It's like, I'm only going to be nice to you.
Yeah.
Like
that's whack.
that. And I think that not to like self-congratulatory myself, like be like, oh, I do it, but
right.
I don't care. Like I've never cared like what somebody looks like or anything. It was actually kind of an odd behavior, because I remember just being like, well, why would I want to treat somebody like shit like that? Like, just treat them well. And I had discussed through a couple people, because we went to the same school. I was like, oh, I'm gonna see Nick, you know, and they're like, oh, dude, that kid was always so nice. He's always so good. Cool. I like what he's doing now. Like you're getting like those types of responses, and it makes you feel good that you've practiced that in other countries, in other things, representing yourself as a good human being, and something that you're carrying over for that. Like you never wanted to make anybody you
Well, I mean,
feel like
that's-
shit.
That's
you
the
know?
golden rule, right? Is like, you treat others the way you want to be treated, and sometimes it doesn't work out.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta be a dude.
Sometimes they're like, look at this fucking rube.
Yeah, this guy sucks. Yeah.
Take his shoes.
Well, I mean, they did, and they did. They did take my shoes. They did. No, they really did. My shoes were stolen from Berry Street in Torrington. Shout out to Tony for beating that kid up. I didn't even have to lay a hand on him.
Just had a client from Torrington the other day.
Did you?
Yep.
Do I know this person?
No.
No?
Much older adult, man.
Okay.
Much older.
I hang out with way older people, like people. Like
Man
I went to.
was in his 60s.
Okay, yeah. I went to a 50th birthday party, dude, in Stonington. Dude, that place is insane. The crazy part about Stonington is it's an hour and 20 minutes. Stonington, Connecticut is an hour and 20 minutes from us, but it seems like you're way out. Like you're like, where am I? Is this like, is this like in like a small little village in North Carolina or something? Like it has that feel, and then you like look on your GPS to go home, and you're like, hey, you're gonna be home in an hour and a half. It's so strange. Like, and even like what they wear is different by the beach. Like maybe it's because I've just been around here and I don't see it, but it's like so strange, and there's so many beautiful parts of that are like literally like an hour away or like 10 minutes down the road. It's like you can appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, for you've traveled all over and you've done like all different things. We just talked about before that you went to a gym that served alcohol.
Yeah, beer.
To work out. What would be the freaking, like you'd be like, yo, let's just go do shots and then just bench or deadlift?
Well, you never did that?
I mean, I have.
Yeah.
I have.
I
mean,
did.
yeah, but it's like not something I'm like, like the normal person.
I'd be like,
you
I'm
haven't
a little
done
tipsy and I'm ready to feel like a strong adult.
Pre-workout and whiskey. Have you tried?
I've never mixed, no.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if we talked about this too. Oh, no, I think I answered a question for you on your Instagram.
Yes.
About man, the best pre-workout that I ever had in my life.
Yes.
TLM,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Meth lab, stack that with a little bloodbath.
Woo! Dude, I have a story about both of those. So I tried them the same thing, and I was hyped, bro.
Yeah.
I was sitting there just like, and dude, I think I PR'd that day in my squat.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did like, it was like 330. I did like 335 for a set of 5.
Wow,
and I was like feeling real freaking just some type of way. My leg pump was insane, dude. I remember like I blew out my boxers, my briefs, like they were like hanging in the middle. And I was like, dude, this is where it's at. I love that line, but M1, have you tried the other one? M1, the TL?
No.
Dude, M1 is the strongest because I believe it has the highest amount you're legally allowed to put like beta alanine in it.
Okay.
So the B on the face feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you take that.
I used to tell people when they'd be like, do you have anything without stim? And I'd be like, no, I used to do real drugs.
Yeah.
So this is what I want.
Oh, I used to do crack. How about you? Yeah. So it's like M1 though, if you get a chance to just dabble in a little scoop of that, just try that.
The reason that I
Holy
started working out, it was 2016. I was in Oklahoma City. I was on 23rd Street.
Ah.
And I FaceTimed my mother, and I was not eating well. I was on the road. I was like starting to go through a divorce. And but I wasn't drinking or drugging. I was just staying up all night and not eating right. You know what I mean? And traveling a lot.
Not taking care of yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I like FaceTime my mom, and she was like, "Are you okay? You look thin." And I was like,
Shit.
"What'd you say to me, bitch?"
God damn, what the fuck did you say, Mama?
But then I got on a scale, and I had been 140 since 8th grade.
Yeah.
I was 128.
You were 128, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I can't even that's a little thin in the skin for you. Yeah. And I mean, you could see that if you're that, but you see it in your face. You'd have the bodybuilder face, like where it, it's like sucks in.
Well, FaceTime, that's what she's seeing.
Yeah.
But, so that day, I had a client, and you small talk or whatever. And if I have something on my mind, I'll usually just talk about it. But to every single person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we only got 30 minutes, so
and you got to talk to
yeah. So, I was like, yeah, my mom says I'm thin and I like lost a bunch of weight. So like, I think I'm going to like hit a gym tonight. And one person was like, oh, my building has a gym. Do you want the code to get in? You can just use it for free. And I was like, sick.
Boom, magic. It was meant to happen.
I know. And that lady was so cool. I never saw her again.
Yeah.
But
you want your code? Yeah,
she gave me the code.
That's
3, 2.
yeah. That's so funny.
Nobody knows what building was 3254, dude. I still know it.
Oh man.
But
that's so funny.
And you hit pound first.
Yeah.
Not 3254 pound.
Make sure you do.
Pound.
Yeah.
3254.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Now they're gonna find it. You're just gonna see people.
But anyway, so I start going there, and I was like, man, I need something, And I think I just searched like strongest pre-workout, and Meth Lab came up, and I was like, hometown boys, dude, hometown boys.
Dude,
I love
Tim,
supporting a hometown
dude,
boy.
Tim is he's just freaking killing it.
Big boy.
Dude, he is 255 pounds, dude. That is a large human being. Every time I see him, he just looks like a vanilla gorilla just making, I'll be like, hey, Tim, what's up? He's like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like he lifts his arm, it just eclipses everything.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a big dude. And a lot of the dudes in there are big, but I don't think anybody's quite as big as Tim. Old dinosaur legs, too.
Well, he has such a big, like, cobra back.
Yes, dude.
And doesn't he have all of Moby Dick tattooed on
dude,
it? Like,
he has
because his back is so huge.
It's vast. I think it's actually the actual scale of the ocean. It's like a scaled back version of an ocean map or something. It's like 1/5 of the ocean is on the. Yeah, he's freaking huge.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean
I see his back and I'm like, I want a back like that.
Dude, well, I mean, we gotta get on the we gotta get on the Filipino the supplements as well.
Did I tell you I did synthetic anavar?
You did? Was it any good?
You wanna?
I've never done any. I've never done anabolics. I remember I bought some and then didn't do them and got rid of them.
So and I was doing them while I was traveling, so not very healthy.
Not good.
But I was like, this is all I have right now.
Yeah. Going through a divorce.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly what.
This is all I have.
I was just like, well, I'm getting divorced. I got to look good again.
But it's true, though. Don't we do? Everybody does that.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
To look good again.
Yeah, I think people definitely lick their wounds in different ways. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, got that stuff mail ordered to me. I think I did it through Amazon, actually, Amazon Prime. So I got it like the next day.
Amazon's like,
yeah.
No.
This is Meth Lab?
Meth Lab, bloodbath, and
it's just gonna go to this kid.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. He's 127 pounds.
But yeah, dude, I was at that gym.
Yeah, you're getting
at that
yoked.
Ladies' building every single night after work.
3257.
We're not gonna repeat it.
yeah. I forgot. Yeah, but that's good. I mean, you look like yoked, like you were starting to get.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I'm not gonna just say it was the Anavar. It was
but I
hard work.
definitely did. I had no idea what I was doing though.
Yeah.
And it really took like getting like settling down, getting a home gym, and MetFit in Massachusetts was my home gym for a long time. And
yeah.
It was sick.
No, it's good to get into. Are you into it now? I've seen you work out now.
Yeah, so I have a gym behind the tattoo shop.
That's dope.
Like a little gym I built.
That's dope.
And my next like thing that I want to do is I want to get certified as a kettlebell instructor.
You could do that. Yeah, that was my original certification.
Oh, really cool.
It was my original one.
But yeah, I just love kettlebells, and I love that it's mobility too, and it's a lot of core strength.
As long as you go with the Russian style or the Scandinavian style.
Dude, me and Pavel.
Dude, my original trainer was in Torrington. He was at the workout enclave. It was a long time ago. His name was Marco, and he was an extremely strong Russian dude that always made me feel extremely inferior, which is good. It works well for my personality type.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, hey man, like I want to learn how to do clean and presses or power cleans or snatches. And I was young and or kettlebell, large kettlebell work for strength. And I would go like, he'd be like, you lift this way, thick accent, the whole nine. And I would lift it, and I'd be like, look over, like, how did it look? And he'd be like, it's okay. This is okay. And I'd be like, okay. So then I'd go, so what, like, what's a lot of weight? And he's like, 95 kilos is a lot of weight. So I'd be like, all right, dude, seriously, like, that's a lot of weight. Like, so then once I got to 95, like, once I got, like, to be able to do that, like a clean and press and like all this stuff, he would go, the baby can do this. And then, so he had his daughter who's like always there, little fencer and like gymnastics. He's like, the baby can do this. Baby does this all the time. And I'd be like, it was infuriating, but worked so well. Like he was really Miyagiing me. Like, dude, he was Miyagiing me, and like a Russian Miyagi, which is
Miyagi,
which is basically Miyagi, just mean. Just so that worked. But seriously, great. But kettlebells, dude, I'm telling you, like the amount of strength that man had to flip I believe it was a 23 kilogram, like flip them in the air. Also dead press one, flip it up, land it, and then dead press it again, which is like just insanely strong.
Yeah,
and I mean,
sure.
to watch him swing around I believe it was like 130 pound kettlebell effortlessly doing clean and presses with it. And if you look at him, like you'd go, okay, maybe he looks really strong, but not like that strong. And then you'd watch him like you'd wrestle him or something because he did self-defense classes, and you can't move the guy. It's like they're just, Russians are built different.
Do you are you familiar with Swing This Kettlebell from Nebraska?
No.
That's a big boy.
Really?
Oh yeah, and he does kettlebell for muscle gain programs.
Yeah, hypertrophy stuff. But yeah, it's good stuff.
I've never seen bigger thighs on a human being in my life.
That type of strength work is so good in universal functional strength. Mm-hmm. I highly recommend getting a certification with that type of program. It's just so much more beneficial for the type of stuff that we would want to do. Like to actually have functional strength is huge, and it's hard to kind of preach that right now because everybody likes the aesthetic stuff. I mean, but you can have both. Like you can. It's just hard to do.
And what do they call it? Long cycle training? You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff I love. Like I want to find a movement, and I just want to do it until I'm dead. Yeah,
I mean that's a good way to do it. You can also, I mean, there's multiple ways to train. However. It depends on the person.
Did you see that video I posted of me at the top of a mountain with the maces?
I did.
So I did that twice that day. I did it in the morning before work, and then 10 minutes before close, the apprentice was sweeping, and I was like, "You got to go home tonight?" Mm-hmm. And he's like, to his partner.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, they're expecting me." I said, "Lock the door. We got 10 minutes." And I
did it.
Threw him in the car. We drove to the mountain real quick. We did from the bottom to the top and back in 15 minutes.
That's where it's at.
And
we did
it with the maces, and I was like, I got a 10 pound and a 20 pound. He has no idea, so he's like 20 pound. I was like, you sure?
Yeah. Well, the 20 pounds insanely heavy. 10 pounds is fucking crazy heavy, believe it or not.
Yeah, the 20 pounds is rough, and he did it on the way up, and then I was like, "Do you want to switch?" And he was like, "Yeah, please."
Yeah, after a while, his wrists are like, "Yeah, we should."
What we were doing was, we're doing shoulder presses, and then we're doing straight out in fronts, but the whole time we're jogging.
Exactly.
And then got to the top, and I was like, "All right, now the whole way back down, you're gonna hold your arms against your body, hold it straight up and down in front of you,
helps you with
and do the rest of the path."
Yeah, it helps you so much with the stability in your stomach. Of course.
Well, all those micro muscles too that are for balance.
Dude, I have a ton of maces and clubs. Well, I mean, most of them is Nate from Caveman, who the dude is just awesome. I'm just so glad to have him like here, with our place.
Yeah.
Caveman Cryotherapy, go get froze.
Caveman Cryotherapy.
Go get for the free home of the freeze and squeeze. that's what it is. It's home of the freeze and squeeze. I'm gonna totally put that out as a plug for him, and it's gonna be great. He's gonna love it.
You ever see the movie Encino Man?
I have.
It's exactly like that.
It's exactly like that. But yeah, he has so many of the clubs which is originally what I learned on because I was going for more martial art.
The clubs as well. Yeah.
The clubs are, dude, such a pain in the ass. They're great. They're really good for your wrist, really good for your grip strength. But I mean, like, I like barbell. Like me personally, I like barbell work, deadlifts, squats, power cleans, presses, push presses. But that deadlift is just like, if I couldn't deadlift, I don't want to sound like that.
How are you feeling from your injury?
I haven't been able to do a ton of things that I want to do. I've been doing just like lower body, like every day is working on the wheels, but my shoulder feels a little bit better. And being in that injury, or having this has made me shift gears better. Like I know this sounds kind of shitty, but like to myself, but sometimes you need that. Like I was like, I needed a change up. I needed to be like, hey, you need to focus on stretching, mobility, nutrition, rest, kind of shifting gears into that. And I mean, it's like anything else. It's just, you just got to make sure that you constantly are shifting gears and evolving, because shit will happen. Like things are going to happen. You got a divorce. It's like when you get a divorce, it's like you're like, I can either.
I got two divorces, actually.
He's had two actually, but it's like, but you still
want to talk about it.
Yeah, still though you improve.
Legally, I can't discuss it.
Legally, I'm not allowed. But you at least came out of like and said, hey, I'm going to take better care of myself. Where you could have went the other way, which a lot of people do.
Why?
And they just don't want to take care of themselves.
Why lean into your suffering? You know what I mean? Like
dude, people do, and that's another thing I was going to tell you about your workouts with the maces. So you're like how I am, where it becomes exercise for you is strictly mental.
Oh, 100%.
Us Geminis. No, Geminis need to work out, but it's true.
As the old song goes, bipolar.
Schizophrenia. Yeah. No, but it's so true. Like you're like how I am, that your workouts are for your mind.
Yeah, gotta get your head straight.
Your body, we're the opposite. Like our minds need to come first, and then the body, like the body's just going to follow by default.
Free your mind and your ass will follow.
Free your mind, man. But for some people, it's like they need the body to change first for their mind.
Yeah.
For us, it's not that. And I think it's just because of the way that the moon is tonight. It's probably, no, it's, I'm going to keep going back to that place. But I got to stop it. Otherwise I can't. But no, I mean, it's just better care. And I think that's huge for the mental side. And then it probably helps you perform better in your business and your company.
Yeah, if you don't get out there and get vitamin D and breathe in better air, you know what I mean?
How are you supposed to perform at work and not
anything.
and not be depressed and not be this?
Of course, yeah.
So before
you take B12?
I do.
What a lifesaver.
Well, I have those guys from Livation coming in to do an IV, and we're going to do an IV
IV
on the pod, and I'm going to probably do a vitamin B shot too, just like a local one right in the butt, or actually they put it, actually I think they put it in your shoulder. I think they do.
Ask them if they'll do it in the butt.
Have you? Oh yeah, I'll be like, just butt please. Butt please. Listen, where can they find your stuff? Instagram. Where can they find your stuff? OnlyFans. Where can they find it?
So every platform I'm on, it's always just Nicholas the Geezer.
Nicholas the Geezer.
Thing everywhere.
Find it out. Where in your places in Hamden? Where's it at? Where can they get?
2357 doesn't mean love.
You got me good with that before.
2357 Whitney Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
We are diagonal from Town Hall.
Mm-hmm.
The corner of Whitney and Dixwell. And if you would like a delicious meal, there's a place maybe a quarter of a block down the street called Bomb Rice and Wings.
It sounds amazing.
Oh,
it's like their bomb. Yeah. And
bowl of rice, vegetables,
foods,
a little bit of pickle,
done.
A little bit of kimchi,
done.
It's
phenom.
It's great.
I'll try because I have to go down to your shop because we're gonna do a skit together.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we're gonna do. Or maybe I'll get a piercing. We don't know, but that's where you can go. And if you go any other where with a piercing to get pierced, you're stupid.
Go anywhere you want.
Yeah, but just go to him though if you're in Connecticut.
One thing I will say, if you go to nicholasthegeezer.com,
Mm-hmm.
that's how you book an appointment with me.
Got it.
Because I am appointment only.
Yeah.
Just because,
it's good. It's good.
I don't ever want to rush somebody or have somebody get the impression they're being rushed. I want to give you a dedicated amount of time. I want us both to relax. I want us both to have a good time. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing, is that they feel comfortable. We're able to have a good time together, and they leave with a great piercing.
Yeah, good. All right, man. We're out of here. Good things.
Baba Booey, Howard Stern's penis, Baba Booey.
We're out. Cheers.